Good morning. Remember to plan your work and work your plan. Welcome to the Morning Cup. It's 6:54 Texas time. Everything went as planned and just perfect. I look awesome. As a matter of fact, I'm probably the neatest, cleanest, most organized homeless person in this town. Last night, about 10 o'clock or so, I decided to just kind of shelter in place here. I was set up for it perfectly. I was chatting, texting with my best friend and stuff as I began to I put on a pot and cooked it. I did start off real slow because I wanted that cornstarch to leak out of the organic whole kernel corn. It kind of thickened it a little bit, and I produced this just absolutely perfect, no problem, salty sweet, one of the world's favorite combination, corn and roast beef, coconut that you could actually still taste a little bit of that coconut in there. Just really complemented everything. It was delicious. And it just finished that, and all I had to do was reach over. I had my sleeping bags bagged up, and while leaving the foot of the sleeping bag still in the plastic bag to keep it clean and also act as any kind of a wind barrier and stuff, I slipped into it, pulled it up. I pulled out the folded blanket I was sitting on, perfectly cocooned up with my sleeping bag up to here, and you know was had while uh, doing actually while preparing the meal, I'd put in. Actually, that was something that was a gift, that part, because I usually don't buy toe warmers, but I actually for the first time tried the toe warmers. It actually kept me warmer. I put in toe warmers, and only four. I usually use a lot more on cold nights. Just four pocket warmers, two in the pants pockets and two on the inside jacket pockets. And you can see me. I knew that the pain relievers would probably retard the polyuria that I sometimes have during the night. Slept for about at least 6 hours straight, motionless. Had a little stiffness in the calves when I first woke up. But that's normal when you switch from horizontal to sleeping upright in position. What really woke me up was what I call the Audi Quattro Club, which normally always used to wake me up on Sunday mornings right next to my bench. This morning they decided to park by me, but rather quietly. But that's still that little bit of motion, and that was just right at about a little after 6 a.m. I've taken my time. I've chatted with my best friend this morning by text. And I already had most of a cup of tea that I'd set aside last night. And just put it on the burner and uh, you know, real low and heat it up slow. And I've already had my cup of tea. And I'm warm. My hands are now getting cold now that I got them out of the bag. It must be cold out there, but I'm still toasty warm in here. Why? Because I planned my work and I worked my plan. It'll be so easy too that I can remain in this position, have another cup of tea or so, and sun's about to come up on the horizon. It's turning orange out that way. Let's slowly pan over there to that. Yeah. Uh, the Audi Quattro Club, it was only about three of them parked right there. I'm getting my finger in the parked right about in here. You can't mistake the sound of them Audi Quattro engines. For Monday morning, even the first few people to show up at Starbucks didn't wake me up. I was Oof, I can tell it's cold out there. Only had my hands out of the bag for a few minutes here is fucking went well. Got an excellent mood. I feel great. I hope y'all are too. Uh, it's really good when, what did the 18 dude always used to go, it's, love it when a plan, I can't remember the exact quote. They even repeated that in the modern 18 deal, or I love it when that was even Liam Neeson, wasn't it? I love it when a plan comes together or whatever, something like that. And there you go. Anyway, it's a lovely day. Yeah, it's cold out there. They knocked it down. They said it was going to be like 36 tonight, and then the last I got, they were saying 33, which I'd say it's 33 right here in the Creek area and stuff. Yeah, I can feel it now a little bit, but shit, I was perfectly warm. It's actually that's about the fewest of those chemical warmers I've ever used, but they were positioned perfectly. The toe ones to catch the blood down there and keep it warm, and then right next to the femoral artery, and then two more right around the belly area. Just kept me. I was absolutely. I could tell by when I woke up that I'd been absolutely motionless and stuff, and just slept like a great. And my guts feel good. I'm off to. Especially that meal was just delicious. I got it just. Even gave it time after cooking it fully to let it cool down to just the perfect temperature, and chewed every last kernel of corn perfectly. Took my time. Wasn't wolfing down my food, and like at the sirloin uh, stockade, whatever. Wasn't really wolfing my food down. I was just eating faster than I normally would. That ain't gonna happen again, hopefully ever. Oh yeah, I need to get that. It's 33 degrees. There were ain't no doubt about that. It's right at freezing. As a matter of fact, when I first looked up, I could swear that I saw a little bit of frost on that little fine grass right in front of me. I saw that sparkle of the first car lights or whatever another. Yeah, it's pretty chilly out there. But anyway, just wanted to give you a hearty good morning, and remember, life is chaotic, but that don't mean you shouldn't plan. I plan for everything. I plan this out perfectly. My whole area is immaculate. Everything's in place and stuff. I don't have to do anything more than reach over and start up the next cup of tea and just sit here. And uh, although if I'm gonna, I need to put on a pair of them gorilla grips because that'll allow me to still work the. Actually, I got them stuck right behind my right butt cheek, outside the sack bag. It's boom, right in the ashtray. Maybe that's why they've tolerated me now here for 561 days, is that I pull off little miracles like this while other hobos are out in the bush. Oh, I use the word hobo. That'll turn on my. Well, they're out in the bush and they're probably got all smudged up from fucking with some little tiny fire they had last night to give them the illusion of warmth, when all you got to do is just keep that wind off of you and the wet off of you. Yeah, I got my hands back inside my pockets already. And the pocket warmers are still working. I've had them work, especially if you take them out and crunch them up again, because they'll compact and oxidize, get some more air to them. I can feel them right now. It's coming. I've had them work 20 hours, especially the body warmer types. They'll last 20 hours solid. My feet are warm. All I had to do is do a little pumping of my calves were a little stiff, like I said. That almost looks like, I thought that it was DV Rome, but I don't think so. Got good, fresh, Lucky Strike Golds. These are the mildest cigarettes on the market. As you can see, it's rapidly getting light behind me. And guys with the low self-esteem, hey, look at me, are already rush hour's underway. It's funny but I'm sure Starbucks was probably open by 5 o'clock. And for the first hour and 11 minutes, because I immediately looked at my phone, which was still plugged in and on all night. And it was 6:11, so I woke up about 6:10. I looked over and I could tell, and actually right at that minute, the last of the Audi Quattro was kind of pulling in. Last one, there's only three of them, maybe a fourth one. They do come in some kind of like a hatchback version or something like that, or a little. Oh, I feel lovely this morning. I'm 6 hours it was about 6 hours, I'd say, right on. I'm just complete motionless, deep sleep, no moving, and my sinuses didn't run despite the cold air. There was no running. Because I really had everything. I was cocooned up. There was just one little hole where, so I had, it's fucking great. Looking forward to having a productive day. The tea's working to get up what little. I really don't have any congestion. I don't like to be congested at all. I almost never am, except when I get around fragrance potentiators. Maybe that's a little bit of that 13JAN25 sissy boy colognes, because they were just fabulous. They were still just ever so slightly masculine, but then again not, what I'm saying. They were just special. I could tell there was a couple of 3 guys in that section that were, if you caught the last video or yesterday, the 13JAN video yesterday. Thank you. Get on with you. I could tell that those were not kind of just, run-of-the-mill fragrances or whatever. You can tell they've been carefully selected for their eye-burning potential and stuff. My eyes feel good. They're not all boogered up. They don't get much better than that. And I didn't have to break camp, make tea or something, and break camp, and then come here. I got all past all of that, and just instead got to use that time for sleeping. It keeps wanting to slide down the back because I got so much weight. Although this blanket is actually the fourfold. So I got literally on top, I got like 8 layers. Or is it 9 counting the cap? No, that's 8. So, geez, I hope your today's Monday the 13th of January, 2025. I'm going to just sign off here because don't really feel like speechifying this morning. It's off to a good start. I didn't have to get moved. I didn't have to move. I didn't have to expose myself. It's pretty chilly out there, I can tell. And shit. Those thin slate gloves would be perfect, but I don't think I'm gonna really need them. All I gotta do is just put my hands back in the sack. I got my sleeping bag pretty much up to my chest and stuff. And I was down. The sleeping bag was up to about here, and had all of this wrapped. Plan your work and work your plan, and you'll be comfortable. Of course, in life, when you're planning for the future, like I said before, because Mr. Skipper said, I find your content interesting, but somewhat disjointed, but interesting, which is what we call a left-handed compliment. And within that compliment is an insult. He was essentially trying to call me schizophrenic. Good luck with that, buddy. Skipper. Is that what they call you down at the glory hole? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, things look good. I've got a bunch of frozen vegetables that are probably still frozen. I'll be eating well today. I really don't have to move a hell of a lot. It's only going, they're claiming it was because they backed off. It was supposed to be close to 70 in their original forecast. So they backed off. It's going to be 38. It's 33 right now here. And they say it's going to hit 55. But hell, that'll take another 4 or 5 hours. So I'm perfectly situated. I intend to stay warm and freaking comfortable. Since I'm not in a hotel, it don't need to be. Remember what I said before, it's not the temperature, it's the fucking wind, and the wind's kicking up. Since I woke up, it's gone from fairly still to up to the 13 miles an hour that they were predicting last night. Actually, that's one of the reasons I decided, I'll finish with this, I decided to stay here tonight because after going to Walmart and seeing how windy and fucking the wind chill up there and then coming back here, I was beginning to realize that the way the buildings are laid out and the trees and stuff like that, I was getting better wind protection, and I was actually warm and comfortable without a lap blanket or anything else until midnight, until I finished eating and everything, and all I had to do is reach to my left and grab the trash bag, undo the top, pull the sleep bag open, pull it all up. I've still got, I got on clean, spotless clothes, 3 days after, putting them on in the hotel and shit. And, when you look marvelous, you feel marvelous. I'm well groomed, I'm clean. My affairs are in order. I'm getting shit done. I only have a couple of tasks to take care of today. I got it is icy cold out there. Warm in here, icy fucking cold out there for anybody who didn't plan well for it. And I want to thank those of you who have contributed to me and my financial ability to make plans and stick to those plans. I want to thank Mr. Venn again last night for showing anger at but even at my advanced years, I'm still competent of taking care of myself, especially if the goddamn doctors will just give me some pain relief every now and then so I can do everything I did yesterday, which is get all my shit straightened up and in place. I look marvelous this morning for an old homeless guy who slept in his wheelchair last night. I look immaculate. As you can see, my behavior is immaculate. Actually, everybody's being pretty orderly this morning, and there ain't been no horn honking or road raging and shit. Anyway, I'll let you go because the sun's about to. Let's see if we can. Nope, it's not quite up over the. It's getting there though. Yeah, I don't think that's a jackhammer. I think that's one of them tracked. Like a bulldozer that's probably an older one. They're developing the hell out of that area behind me. Anyway, I'm going to get another cup started and get my hands back inside this bag and enjoy the rest of the morning. 21 minutes. Remember, plan your work your plan, but life is not really scripted. It's chaotic, it's disjointed. Rarely does anything work out precisely to plan. This is one of those serendipitous occasions where what I planned out in my head past like 10 o'clock last night worked out perfectly. It's rare that I sleep motionless and without having a pee or something like that. Like I said, I knew that the opioids, they usually extend it's they kind of slow down the polyuria. Plus I wasn't overloading myself on liquids yesterday. Let's get that ashtray perfectly right there. Boom. It's almost there. It's almost sunrise. Anyway, from coast to coast and from Africa to Azerbaijan, good morning there, and Australia. Good morning, everybody. Hope y'all doing well. And think good thoughts. That's all I got to say. Plan your work your plan. Think good thoughts. Don't dwell on the past. Let it go. Live in the moment. Be here now, to quote a famous gay guy named Dr. Richard Alpert, also known as Baba Ram Dass. We'll see you guys later.